How's it going, everyone? I'm Gamaroy, and welcome back to the Interactive Horror Stories. Now, today, we are going to be, reading, interacting with After Funeral. So, the doll was weird. It was different. It was cool, though. I enjoyed it. And I really... The doll was the only one that I actually had like a kind of like, I think I know what it is, which I was pretty accurate with it. It was Annabelle the Raggedy Ann doll, sort of. But today we're gonna do the funeral, or After Funeral. So, After Funeral is a modern gothic horror story that takes place 3 days after your son's burial. Aww. You receive messages in your computer Gothic horror story with a computer. So I guess we're not talking about Gothic era. What? Anyway, you receive messages in your computer. Those claim to be sent by your son's soul. He asks that he wants to be with you once again. Then he asks you to do a few things in order to be resurrected. Will you believe in the messages? No. This actually reminds me of an episode of Supernatural, so that's pretty cool. After Funeral. You used to be a father. Oh, I thought I was a woman. I was a wife in the last... Well, I wasn't a wife, I was a mother. I miss being a mother. It's okay, we're all good. So, you used to be a father. It has been 3 days since your son Jonathan White was buried in the graveyard of the local church. He was 8 years old. Aww. He had golden hair and blue eyes, just like the beloved man in the Carpenter's song, Close to You. Since your wife passed away giving birth to Jonathan, oh jeez, this poor man. And since he has been your everything, he was your angel, now he is gone. Aww. He died on a snowy winter morning. You had gone to the market, leaving him alone at home. When you arrived at home, you found Jonathan laying on the bed, motionless. His face was covered with his pillow, choked. Police couldn't find any trace of trespassing. You clearly remember the solemn moments of Jonathan's funeral. In fact, you try to forget, but the details are in front of your eyes and they won't go away. The priest had intoned psalms and prayer. Those who are not familiar with you are not so religious. Is this talking about me? Am I gonna have a dead son named Jonathan? Well, bye guys. No, I'm just kidding. While the lifeless body of your son laid in the church, his feet were turned to the east. He was wearing a black suit and shiny shoes. His skin was pale. He was too young for all of this. Yeah. You wish it was you lying there instead of him. I wouldn't. I mean, I would sacrifice myself for my kid that doesn't exist. But I wouldn't want my kid who doesn't exist to grow up without a father or a mother. And fend for yourself. Because then we'll all be together soon. Especially an 8-year-old. Like the day Jonathan died, it's a snowy day in all of Ohio. There are 3 inches of snow outside. It is now 2 o'clock. It is 2 o'clock now. You are a writer who has been on the writer's block since that day. Your favorite word processor is open in the computer. The screen is blank. You haven't written anything for a long time. There are cigarette butts in the ashtray and your black hot coffee in a blue cup on your work table. You chain smoke and consume a lot of coffee nowadays. That scared me. You are sipping your coffee. Doorbell rings. Don't open! Go away! I'm old! Bury the boy! Open the door. You open the door. It's Bob, your neighbor and friend. You had drunk beers and had barbecues with him for several times. Bob is a nice guy. He is overweight, has short black hair with no facial hair. He wears a dark blue jacket and a black beanie. Hey, how are you? I wanted to ask how you've been. I'm still depressed. Bob replies, ah, I can imagine. Think how hard it is. I never had kids, and I had a cat when I was younger. I loved her as my daughter. Then I had to bury her to the garden myself. It was tough. I know how much she loved Jonathan. I am shocked like you to see him gone. Do you just compare a cat to my dead son? Excuse me? Come again? What? Bob continues. I'm going to the market right now. Do you need anything? You remember that you are out of cigarettes. Yes, I need cigarettes. Ah, you need cigarettes. He puts his hand in his pocket and pulls out a pack of cigarettes. Maybe I'm a bad friend for doing this, but anyway, take these. I'll buy myself another pack at the market. You take the pack that has 10 cigarettes inside and thank him. Okay, man, see you later. You say goodbye to Bob too. Then he goes. You close the door and sit back on your work table. You look at the computer screen and it should have been blank. But no, it is not blank. Something is written. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm beginning to lose my voice. So naturally, we're just going to read a lot. But that's why... that's why I sound so odd now. It's a lot different. And I'm coughing a little bit because, like I said in a couple videos back, I had a frog in my throat. Well, turns out I'm dying. No, I'm not dying. But I'm losing my voice, which it happens. It happens. Daddy, Daddy, I miss you. Jonathan, turn off your computer. Jonathan! After you shout your deceased son's name out, new letters appear to form and reply. Yes, it is me. You are not a computer engineer, but you know that it is possible to hack someone's computer and put a prank on him. If the computer is online and the computer is connected to the internet with an Ethernet cable, pull the Ethernet cable. You crouch down and frantically pull the Ethernet cable from your computer. You expect that nothing else will be written, but no, you were wrong. I am in the computer. Turn off computer. Turn off the computer and the monitor screen goes black. Then nothing else appears on the screen. You don't find anything to write in your novel, so you don't need to turn on your computer once again. And yes, also the text disturbed you. You don't experience anything supernatural during the rest of the day. At night, you take your sleep pills and fall asleep. You're having a vivid dream. You see Jonathan in the garden with the green grass and colorful flowers. He runs around with happiness and angels. There are white-dressed angels all around. Everyone is smiling. You are not part of this dream. Jonathan doesn't see you, but you are still content with seeing him happy in this Eden. He was always a benevolent. I know big words. He was always a benevolent boy after all. He deserved to go to heaven. It's just a doorknob. It's just a doorknob. Why am I getting scared from a doorknob? You wake up to the sound of the doorbell ring. You take a look at the clock. It is 10 a.m. You wear your slippers and open the door. It's Bob. Hello, I need to show you something. He holds the newspaper in his hand. There's anxiety on his face. You take the newspaper. It's Ohio's local newspaper. Another kid choked to death. Officers are investigating the curious case of repeated deaths of kids in the state. Yesterday night, a 6-year-old boy, Kevin Madsen, was found dead in his bed by his parents. His face was covered with his pillow. What makes this interesting for officers is it is the 7th time a boy died this way this month in Ohio. Recently, 8 years ago, 8 years old, Jonathan White also died with a pillow on his face. Sheriff Wilcott states that he finds the recent events quite interesting. The end. No, I need to do that again. Because... So, we read all this. We're gonna do exactly what we did. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Didn't take me that long. So, we're back at... You crouch down and you frantically pull the Ethernet cable from your computer. You expect that nothing else will be written, but no, you were wrong. I am in the computer. How is this possible, Jonathan? good Lord said that I should be together with you. He said that I love you, and you love me, so he sent me back. Oh? I'm so afraid, Daddy. It is cold and dark. I am so cold here. Please bring me back. Do you want to see me once again? Yes. Find 5 candles and wait for midnight. Bye, Daddy, for now. You have only got 1 candle at home. You normally use the candles when the electricity goes out, so you don't need more than 1 candle before. What do you do? Buy them from the market? Ask Bob for candles. You wear your long beige coat and black leather boots, and you walk to Bob's house and ring the bell. After 10 seconds, Bob opens the door. Hey, what's up? I need 4 candles. Ooh. I received a strange message. It says it's Jonathan. You explain Bob everything that happened today, including the owner of the message asking for 5 candles. Bob looks quite surprised. I think someone is pulling a prank on you. I don't believe in ghosts or something like that, but if I were you, I would not do what he wants you to do. Are you still sure you want the candles? Yeah, I like bad decisions. Yep. Very well, let me bring the candles. He goes to the kitchen and returns with 4 candles in his hands. Here you go. You thank him and take the candles, then return home. Oh, jeez, I'm not excited for this. I know I'm going to get scared. Something's going to be like, blah, and I'm going to be like, ah! At home, you wait in front of your monitor. Nothing happens till midnight. Then a new message appears on the screen. I'm back, Daddy. Did you bring the candles? No. Yes. Good. Let me explain how you can bring me back. Go to the cemetery, dig my grave, bring my coffin home. No. What? What? Oh, wow. Good Lord wants us to be together. Don't you want to bring me back to life? You are not Jonathan. I will rape your wives. What? I will rape your wife's corpse. Do you hear me? I won't let you and her find peace. You are out of words, and in response to this tantrum, no other messages appear. You turn off the computer and take a high dose of sleep pills because you will need it. You go to sleep. You see your deceased pretty wife in your dream, except she is not that pretty anymore because she has a rotten corpse, a skeleton to be exact, lying within her coffin. You can't expect much to be left from her body after 8 years of death and decay. What makes this dream worse is the fact that she is moving. She writhes inside the coffin. You can feel her pain and despair from her body parts are moving. Shit. It's just this again. That's it? Those are the only 2? Let me try one more thing. Alright, I'm back. So, go to the cemetery, dig my grave, bring my coffin home. Okay. We shall speak again once you bring my coffin. You know it isn't saying what you do, but you get prepared to get outside. You wear your coat and get outside your home. It's snowing like hell. A cold interpretation of hell. A cold interpretation of hell. Wow. Outside. The sky has a bright purple color illuminating the night with the help of the full moon behind the clouds. You get in your car and start it. The streets and the roads are empty. There's only you outside in this hour of the night. It doesn't take long to arrive at the church in its graveyard. I gotta say, it's not real, what I'm doing, but I still feel guilty because I'm digging a child's grave. I don't even see anything. I'm digging a child's grave. I feel bad. Let's do it. Graveyard is covered with snow and a gray mist. No lights come from the church. Either there is nobody inside or the priest is sleeping. That's good. You can't be seen while digging your son's grave. Oh yeah, you shouldn't be digging your son's grave. You find the graves of your son and your wife. Jonathan White was buried next to his mother. There is an unoccupied area next to them. You will be buried there when your time comes. You search for a shovel. You find one in about 10 minutes. You are ready to dig the grave. Well, I don't have many options. Oh, shit. You start digging Jonathan's grave. After 6 feet of digging, you reach the little wooden coffin. You climb down, then carry the coffin up. After that, you climb up and carry the dirty coffin to your car's backseat. You have never done something so bizarre before. I would hope not. After you reach home, you get off your car and carry the coffin home. Luckily, there is nobody around. You drag the coffin to your living room center. You don't care about the floor getting dirty with the soil. Thank you, Daddy, gets written on the screen. Now put the candles around my coffin like a star. I feel like a demon's gonna possess his dead son's body, and I am not okay. This is too much. Okay. You carefully place the candles around the coffin, making the center of a star. You light them with your lighter. Now read these aloud, Daddy. A lonely goat on a mountain. He is thirsty. Thirsty for humanly love and affection. I shall give him the water. Goat? Devil? The demon? Read it. You read the lines. I just read that. And the coffin starts to shake. No. Oh, okay. The coffin lid opens slowly. You see Jonathan opening the lid, rising. His skin is pale, almost white. You can smell the rot of his undead corpse. He is wearing the black suit you couldn't forget. He stands on his feet and smiles at you, then steps outside the coffin away from you without saying anything. He does something you wouldn't expect from the dead. He dances. He dances with joy. That reminds me of an old scary stories to tell in the dark thing. The corpse that dances and all that stuff. It wasn't an 8-year-old boy, though. After half a minute, he stops dancing, stares at you. His eyes are still blue. Take me in your arms, Daddy. Take me to the bathroom. I want to show you something. It is impossible not to obey what he says. You feel his presence dominating the room, overwhelming you, and it's impossible to say no. You crouch down and take him in your arms. You carry him to the bathroom. You bring him to a dark bathroom. You turn on the light and get horrified by what you see in the mirror. The boy's reflection is different. His skin is burnt, like coal. Jonathan had an innocent and handsome face, but the face you see so far from being pleasant, it is like a really old man's face, who is also very ugly, and he has no hair. I wanted a daddy like you, he says, the eldritch abomination you hold in your arms. Whew. That was worth going through. Jeez. That is not okay. God. Well, that was After Funeral, and I'm really enjoying these. These are really cool. It doesn't help that I'm starting to lose my voice, so my throat's like all scratchy and stuff, but this is really cool. I still get scared every once in a while, because every once in a while they're like, bah! And I'm like, ah! But, so this was another interactive horror story. This was the After Funeral, and I have to say, thank you for watching. So thank you all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video. See ya!